Hello everyone. Welcome to this tutorial by Aroha Media. Here, we are going to study how to animate a four-legged walk cycle. If you have already studied the character walk cycle tutorial, then grasping this tutorial will be much easier. Let's dive into the document where we have dog character ready with us. Save as the file as dog walk cycle side angle. Inside the main symbol, dog is dissected in a bunch of symbols properly. Again, if you have studied the tutorial for the dog character rigging, you will be familiar with this character. Pivot points are also set according to the movements of the parts. We need two ground levels because the two legs on the other side of the character will appear to be on a slightly higher ground level to us. You'll see why as we move ahead in the tutorial. Lock that ground level layer. On the very first keyframe, we need the very first key pose of the walk cycle. So, let's begin. We start with the front legs. Front left leg is done. Now, select all three parts of front right leg and skew them backwards exactly as seen in the video. Done. Please review the video carefully to follow this step. Now let's move to hind legs. For the first pose, we are simply selecting all three parts of the legs and skewing them using the free transform tool. Here, you see that the back right leg is shifted ahead and back left leg is moved backward. This is the first complete key pose of the four-legged walk cycle. Let's keep the complete walk cycle length at 25 frames. So, select all the 25th frames of all the layers and press F6. This will automatically set last key of the animation same as the first key. Normally, in walk cycles, the first and the last key poses are the same because they are cycles, which means the same animation is repeated. So, time to create the next key poses. Start with the middle key pose. Add keyframes on the 13th frame in all the layers. This pose will be a mirror of the first pose. Thus, second pose is ready on frame 13. Check the positions of the new pose. Yes, they are proper. Now, moving ahead to frame number 7. Press F6 to create a new keyframe for a new pose. This will be the middle pose between the first and the 13th keyframes. Select the front left legs, all three parts, and skew them a little backwards. We need the drawing changed in the foot symbol for that key on the 7th frame. So, go inside the front right foot symbol, extend the frames up to 25, which is our total animation length, and press F6 on the 7th frame, by which you will add a key to change the drawing as per our requirement. Please see the video carefully. We are ready with the foot drawing. Exit the symbol, right-click on that complete foot layer and select Synchronize Symbols so that it will play according to the frame numbers inside that symbol. You will see that we need some drawing change in the lower portion of the leg on the same frame number. Similarly, go inside the front calf symbol, extend the frames till 25 and press F6 on 7th frame to edit the drawing on that frame. Using the sub-selection tool, change the drawing as seen in the video. When done, exit the symbol to select the complete layer of the right calf and right-click to synchronize symbols for this too. Play the animation to see if everything is right. Again, step inside the right foot symbol and copy the first keyframe to the 13th frame. Exit. You can see now that the right foot is nicely going off the ground. Now, select all three parts of back right leg and skew them a little backwards. While matching them, you will notice that for the back left foot, also we need to change the drawing in this pose. So, enter that symbol, extend the frames till 25 and insert a keyframe at 7 and edit the drawing. Symbol and synchronize symbols for that back left foot layer. Check the first 3 poses. So, moving ahead, we need to add one more key pose between the 13th and the 25th frame. So, select frame 19 of all the layers and press F6 to add a keyframe on them. This pose will be a mirror of the pose on the 9th frame. Start with the front right leg, select all three parts of it together and skew them a little backwards as we have done for the other keys before. Skew forward the right leg and start working out the pose, moving each part of the leg separately. This will be similar to the pose of the front right leg on the 7th frame. So, here we need to make some changes to the foot drawing. Go inside the front left foot symbol, extend the frames till 25 and insert the keyframe on the 19th frame to edit the drawing as we have done before. The symbol when you are done, and then don't forget to synchronize symbols for the front left foot layer. Similarly, enter the front left calf symbol and start editing the drawing on the new keyframe at frame 19. Exiting the symbol. Synchronize symbols for this part of the leg too. We are still not done with the hind legs for 19th keyframe. You can edit the drawing for any part inside the symbol, wherever you feel it's not matching. Remember, even inside the symbol, the first and last drawing will remain the same. Let's start with the hind legs on frame 19. Select every part of back left leg and skew it backward as shown in the video. Now, select the back right leg to skew and then create a pose. It's time to change the back right foot drawing inside its symbol. So, enter the symbol and set the length to 25 frames and edit the drawing on 19th frame as we have been doing for other legs before this. Edited, and now we have applied synchronized symbol to its layer. Playing the animation continuously shows us that inside some symbols, after we have changed the drawing at a particular frame, the first key pose should be pasted to last keyframe of the animation. Remember that we are working on a walk cycle, so the animation is going to be repeated, and that's why we need to keep the first and the last keys the same. Finally, we are ready with all the required key poses for the dog sidewalk cycle animation. On frame 7, select the whole upper body part and shift it a little upwards. Any stage area and select rulers. You'll get the vertical as well as horizontal rulers. Now, just click and hold on the horizontal ruler and drag it down as seen in the video. You'll see that a green guideline is dragged out from the ruler. On frame 9, place this guideline such a way to measure the ups we have created by moving the upper body. On frame 19, grab all the upper body parts and observe some ups and downs in the upper body during the walk cycle. Select all the frames together and add Motion Tween from the Properties panel. Now, keep playing the animation in a loop, and wherever we see cuts or the unmatched parts, we'll correct them. Insert new keyframes wherever they are needed between the poses to match the pieces. Use the free transform tool to edit the parts. Play frame by frame to check each and every modification needed. Front and back legs should not cross the ground level marks. Also, match some cuts remaining. Please view the video very carefully to understand how these details are done. One more thing we notice here is the tail movement. Dog's tail is never so still. So, on frame 7, tilt that tail little on right. Now, In the same symbol, shift the keyframe on the 13th frame to the 12th frame. Exit and match the same on the 12th frame, inserting a new keyframe. Again, please study the video carefully to understand the details here. Match the visible cuts. Similarly, inside the front left foot, shift the keyframe on the 19th frame to the 17th frame so that it matches with the motion. And also inside the same leg's calf symbol, shift the keyframe to 17. Now, in the main animation layers, edit the part using the free transform tool on frame 17. We are editing the parts on the same frame number outside the symbol for better results. And matched properly. Shifting the keyframe inside the back foot really worked out good here. We are shifting them as per the motion tween movements between two joints. Zoom in and modify all the cuts. Extend the frames till 100. Even if the inside animation is of 25 frames, but on the main stage it will play for all the available frames. Keep playing to check the animation properly. Walk is ready, but head and neck look too stiff. Let's work on that a bit. Go inside the main symbol and select the head and neck part together on the 7th frame. Place the pivot point to the bottom center of the neck as seen in the video. Use the free transform tool and tilt it slightly downwards. Then, select the head part on the same frame and check the pivot point. Tilt it slightly downwards as well. Play the animation and we can see that now there is slight movement to the neck. Do the same on frame 19. Select head and neck together and place the pivot point exactly at the bottom center of the neck. Rotate them downwards. Also rotate the only head part after that. Follow these steps exactly as you see them in the video. Exit and see the complete animation now. Movement of head, neck and tail creates a lot of difference in the final output. Now we have a full dog sidewalk cycle. This is the easiest way you can create a 2D digital walk cycle. Thank you for watching and listening to this tutorial brought to you by Aroha Media.